So cool. All right, so we're going to dive right in. We're not going to waste 1 second of your time. And you guys just being here on the call tonight says so much about just your excitement about what you're doing here. And we're going to make sure that you are set up for success. So if you guys are ready, would you do me a favor and just put ready into the chat? And we're going to dive right in. Super quick, my name's Christy Belston, by the way. Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. I'm a director here with Riman. I've been with Riman since May of 2024. Best decision I've ever made. It's completely changed everything for me. And again, really, really excited that you guys are all here tonight as well. I'm going to keep this interactive too, so I'm going to keep that chat open so that I can see everyone. Hello, Rebecca from Malaysia. Amazing. Paula from Canada. Hello. And it looks like all you guys are ready. Brandon's ready. Deborah's ready. Helen's ready. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive right in. So, this is your orientation. And who here, this is their very, very first orientation? I know that when I first started, I was on every single orientation for the first month, every single week. I didn't want to miss anything. And there's always something, you guys, that you can learn along the way as well. Okay, so. Can you guys all see my screen okay? I'm gonna pull the chat up so I can actually see everybody. Okay. We've got San Jose here as well, Las Vegas in the house, San Diego, amazing. All right, so this is your Riemann orientation, and what we're going to do is we're going to set you up with a game plan to help you with whatever goal it is that you have here. So the focus of this call is to grab a notebook, grab a pen, take some notes, and you're going to want to hop on a few orientations. I know for me, I learn something new every single time. And I just want to congratulate you. You are officially a Riemann planner. And basically, what that means is that you now have access to a proven global brand, incredible products, and also a business system that's already built for you. So let's dive right in. So this is your agenda tonight. First, we've already welcomed you to Riemann, and you are supported here. You are absolutely equipped, and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I don't believe in accidents. I believe that everything is on purpose. There's a reason for everything. And here's the good news is that you don't need to know everything today. You just need to take the right step, which you will learn on this call. Okay. So we're gonna keep this going and let's dive right into first of all the Riemann story. You guys, we have an incredible story to share. And so this is one of the things that you really want to get to know because people love stories. It's how people relate to what you're doing. And so before I ever learned anything about the products or the compensation plan, I was told the Riemann story and it completely blew me away because truly what we're doing here was so different than anything that I'd ever seen before. So Riemann was established in 2018 in the most competitive beauty market in the world. And you guys, we crushed it. This is what we did. 2.5 billion in revenue in South Korea alone. If you're not familiar with the size of Korea, it's about the size of Indiana. It has 50 million people. And in that small area, we rose to the top. Could you imagine all of the competition? Rose to the top, became the #1 Korean beauty brand. And who here didn't know what K beauty was before today? Or maybe you still don't. Just put me into the chat because I didn't. But now, when I see just how it's expanding and the excitement around Korean beauty, right? Okay, I'm not alone. Good. But here's something else that we did that was really, really cool is that we sold over 40 plus million bottles of our dermatology cream. So just that one SKU, that one product. And so if you don't have your hands on that one yet, you definitely want to be using that one. Lots of it because that stuff's magic. We opened up in North America in 2023, which means that what you're stepping into right now is already proven and you're still early. So you also get that rare opportunity of being first. And then, of course, we've expanded globally in many other areas since then. These are just a few. What I love about what we're doing here, you guys, is that we're not just creating great products. We basically have rethought the entire business model for you. We want to make sure, again, that you are set up for success here from the philosophy to the products to the pricing to the compensation plan to the people. And this is why, you guys, this works at every single stage. Whether you are brand new, you've never done anything like this before, we've all started as a newbie, or maybe you have more experience in this industry. This is why people are winning here and why it's scaling globally so quickly. And again, it's because we have rethought this entire business model. So let's dive first into where are all the things, where are all of your tools, where do you shop, where do your customers shop, how do you enroll people that want to partner with you in business? And it's all right here on your website. You have your very own website. You didn't have to build it. We built it for you, and it's called Riman.com. So I want you to think of this as your home base. Okay. So when you log in, you're going to go to mall.riman.com, and then you're going to log in with your username and your password. Okay. You don't need an email, just your username and your password. Everything is going to run through here. This is where you're going to enroll your customers. This is where you're going to enroll your new beauty planners. This is where you're going to order your products. This is where you're going to be able to manage your business as well. Your back office is here as well. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But this is where you're going to be able to access also all of your marketing tools and all of your resource, basically every single thing that you need for your business. You're going to have a unique link. This link is your link. And this is where you're going to find it. After you log in, you're going to see at the top, and it's going to say referral links if you're on your PC. If you're on your phone, it's just going to click, you're going to click on those three little dots. In fact, here we go. Let's go to the next slide. You're going to click on those three little, it's like a sandwich, the three little lines in the right-hand corner. And this is also going to give you a little sidebar that says, here's where all of your referral links are. Okay. You're going to have a link that you can send to people that want to join you for business, and you're going to have a link that you're going to send to your customers. You want to make sure that they are linked to you. Okay. So from here, again, this is where you're going to be able to also have access to your back office. This is your business dashboard, and you're going to use that same username and that same password to get here. Okay. So this is where you're going to see your commissions, your rank progress, your customer orders, your team, your reports, everything, you guys, is all in one place. And so I love that. I love that I can just go to one place and everything is there. I'm not done yet. This is where it gets really, really fun, because now we can also start to customize things for our customers. This is basically your personal mall. This is your online storefront. And again, it's already built for you. Here is where you're going to be able to set up shopping carts. So that you can see here, this is your customer shopping link, that you can see where your enrollment link is. You can see the social share link. In fact, the social share link is the one that I like the best. If you're sharing on social media, use that one because it's pretty. So when you drop that link in, it's just gonna have a really, really a pretty, basically it's called the thumbnail that people are going to be able to see. So that one is the one that I share when I'm sharing on social media. Okay. But basically this is also going to give you the ability to create shopping bags. And I love this feature right here, because you guys can make it super, super easy. If someone comes to you and they say, oh my gosh, your skin, it looks so amazing, because this happens to all of us. And now you're going to be able to put the products that you're using. You can customize this. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You basically create the bag. You're going to name it. You're going to select the products that you want to put in there. It's going to give you a link to copy. You copy that link, you send it, and you are done. That is it. So that's your shopping bags right there. All right. So I have the chat open. You guys, the beautiful thing about being here live tonight is that you can ask questions. So if you do have any questions, don't even hesitate to ask, because I love questions and I want to answer them for you. Okay. And so again, if I'm going too fast or if you need anything, just pause, ask a question, and I'll get it answered for you, because we're going to move on. So also here, you're going to find what's called the drive. Now, the drive is going to give you access to all of your marketing materials. So this is where basically everything that you need for your business, as far as product info, social content for social media, all of your tools, videos. In fact, this presentation lives there. Again, everything that you need is right there in the drive. It's always updated. You can see the latest and greatest things that are happening globally as well. And so this is going to keep you plugged in. This is going to keep you in the know. Now, we also know the importance of launching your business. That's what you guys are doing right now. This is part of launching your Riman business. But what's really, really important is to write down your goals. This is your launch roadmap. Where do you find this? This is located in the drive. So you're going to see it underneath all of the tools, all of the marketing materials that you need for your business. This lives there as well. So that's where you're going to be able to find this. You're going to write down your short-term goals, your long-term goals. Why did you say yes? Because here's the thing, you guys, most people, they don't quit because they're incapable. They quit because they're unclear. They're unclear. And so this is what's going to keep you moving forward. So if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, why did you say yes? Do you know why you said yes? Maybe it was the products. Maybe it was the business opportunity. Maybe you want financial freedom. Maybe you want to set yourself up for retirement. Whatever it might be, would love to know if you're open to sharing. But this is the last part, and then I'm going to toss it to our next presenter. But this one's really, really important, you guys. You want to start with why, because this business gets a whole lot easier when you actually know what you're building towards. This is the first thing that I did is I sat down and I wrote down my short-term goals and my long-term goals. So maybe you want extra grocery money. Maybe you want vacation money. Maybe you have a car payment that you want to cover, right? And some people, maybe they're thinking much bigger, right? And that's all of these reasons are okay. But again, you want to get really intentional and really clear at the very, very beginning. Make sure that you fill this out because truly, you guys, this is what's going to set you up for success. And the good news is that you don't have to have it all figured out today. I know I didn't. I remember I just made a decision. Make it a decision. Deciding, you guys, is so powerful. I decided May 1st, I'm going all in. And I didn't know the compensation plan. I actually didn't know anything other than I love the products. I saw huge results. People were asking. I no longer wanted to gatekeep. I wanted to share these. And so I just kind of figured it out as I went. And truly, that was the best thing for me. So I'm going to stop sharing here. And I'm going to toss it to our next presenter, and it is Yvonne, right? Are you our testimonial today? Okay. I got to meet this girl. We actually got to travel globally together. We went to Jeju Island, which you guys have the opportunity to go to as well. And then we traveled together to Shanghai. And then we went to Hong Kong. We went to convention in Hong Kong. It was so fun. And then we traveled to the Philippines together to launch our business there. And then back, and she became one of my most favorite humans in the whole entire world, you guys. Her story is so powerful. So I can't wait for you guys to hear from her. So Yvonne, the floor is yours. Take it away. So honored to be here with you tonight.
Wow. Okay. Hopefully you are all able to hear me okay. Thank you so much, Miss Christy Bellison, for that wonderful introduction. If we could go ahead and drop a 888 into the chat box right now because she did a phenomenal job on that. And once again, I've had the opportunity and privilege of, meeting Christy in Riman as well and getting closer with her as well. She's my sister from another mister, so I'm super incredibly honored as well to have her in my life. So hello everyone. So my name is Yvonne Chudon and I've been with Riman since October of 2023. So it's been a little bit over 2.5 years now, and I'm currently a team leader with the company. And today, I just wanted to go ahead and share a quick testimonial on how these products have impacted my confidence and my life. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and share a photo with you guys first. All right, here we go. All right, so if you guys go ahead and take a look at that photo right there at the top, that was me in May of 2024, so about 7 months after I started using Riman. And at that time, I was dealing with enlarged pores, uneven skin textures, redness, and overall skin that I just really wasn't confident in. So I spent years and years trying to find different products, different routines, and always just hoping that something would work and something would help me, in the long term as well. So what really stood out to me about Riman specifically was that they didn't focus on masking the problem. What they actually did is that they focused on supporting the skin barrier and helping that skin become healthier from the inside out. So the key thing is I stayed consistent and I didn't look for overnight results. I didn't jump from product to product. I simply just trusted the process. Now, if you look at this photo that was on the bottom, that was taken in August of 2025. So about 22 months into my Riman journey. And just for context, these photos are about 15 months apart. So neither one of them have filters on them, by the way. So this is simply the result of consistency over time. And when I compare these photos, I see smoother skin, healthier looking skin, smaller appearing pores, more even skin tone, and overall skin that just looks stronger and more radiant. And for me, that's the key thing though, and that's the key word, stronger. Because healthy skin isn't built overnight. It's built through consistency. And what's interesting is that while everyone sees the external transformations, what impacted me the most was the internal transformation that I got. When you feel more confident in your own skin, you show up a little bit differently. You smile more, you stop hiding behind filters, you stop feeling like you need makeup to feel beautiful. And then you become more confident in conversations, in photos, and even in business. And that confidence spilled into every area of my life. So over the last 2 years and a half through Riman has allowed me to help thousands of customers build an incredible team, earn an additional stream of income, travel internationally, like Miss Christy Bilston stated as well, and most importantly, just help other people experience transformations of their own. So if you're brand new and just getting started right now, my advice is super, super simple. Be a product of the product. Use the products consistently. Take your photos, document your journey, trust the process because you never know who needs to hear your story. If someone had shown me these photos a few years ago and they told me that this would be my skin one day, I probably wouldn't have believed them at all. But today I am grateful that I stayed consistent long enough to become my own testimonial. So thank you everyone for letting me share. And now I'm excited to go ahead and introduce our very next speaker, Miss Kristen Strix. Kristen is one of the top team leaders in Riman. She brings with her an extensive background in direct selling within the beauty industry. She has achieved incredible success throughout her career, and she's currently making a huge impact here at Riman by building a rock solid organization and helping others do the same. One of the things that I love most about Kristen is that everyone who knows her loves her. She has an amazing spirit, a servant's heart, and a genuine passion for helping people succeed. So we're incredibly fortunate to have her with us on here today for today's call to share some of her insights, experiences, and wisdom on what it takes to become successful in this business. So without further ado, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. We have Ms. Kristen Strix.
Hi, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you. And oh my goodness, Yvonne, that was the most beautiful testimonial. And I absolutely love seeing just your confidence grow because you're seeing the results in your skin. And isn't that really why all of us said yes, right? We felt the difference in our skin. I personally have actually worked in the skincare industry for about 12 years, but I have never found a product that has worked like Riman has. And literally within the first few days, I just felt the hydration, the glow, the calmness and the redness of my skin, and all the things that we could talk about all night. But now I'm going to tell you how to grow your business and how to get excited about getting to senior manager. So, senior manager is really that step in your business that you're going to triple that commission from when you joined as a planner. So we all know when you join as a planner, you're making 10% commission. When you promote to manager, which is that 3,000 in volume over 3 consecutive months, you are going to be getting 20% commission. But then when you go to senior manager, you're going to move up to that 30 to 40% commission. So who on here, drop in the chat, is ready to triple that commission on your personal sales, grow your business, have the opportunity to get that extra 10% bonus to make it 40%. Never in the industry have I seen this type of commission for sales. It's an incredible way to grow your business. And I'm the type of leader, mentor, friend that's going to tell you, I know that 6,000 number may sound really big when you're first joining. You can be honest about it. You can say, hey, Kristen, that sounds like a lot. Oh my goodness, I've never worked in sales before. I just love the products and I want to tell everyone I know about it. Well, that's literally the name of the game. You've got to tell everybody you know about it. You've got to share it. And this is what I like to tell people when I have someone new join me and I want to help them get to that senior manager level in those first 3 months because I really want them to see the benefit of this lifetime rank. Yes, you're never going to go below that pay. You're never going to go below that rank when you hit senior manager. So what that looks like is that 6,000 SP anytime in your 3 months. So I like to break it down. Our signature ritual, which is what we're selling most of the time, is $380. So if you take that times 10, it's 3,800. So that's getting you over that manager level. And then if you did it times 20, it would get you over that senior manager level. So I know that seems like a lot, but who on here knows 10 or 20 people, right? And you probably know 5, 10, 100 times that many people. So even if you didn't sell it to the first 20 people that you talked to, there's strength in numbers. So know that you can get there through your personal orders, through your personal customer orders, your first level planners. So those people that you bring into the business directly and their sales, their personal purchases are all part of that 6,000 number. And that is going to be over 3 consecutive months. So let's say you don't hit it the first month or the second month, you've still got that volume that you've been building upon to go towards that 6,000. So it's amazing, totally incredible. So, what does a senior manager commission look like? It's your personal sales and your first level. You've got a 25% base commission with an additional 5% unlimited level commission. And then you can also unlock that additional unilevel commission, which is if you've sold 1,000 or more yourself and you have a minimum of 10 customers, you're going to get additional percentage bonus on those that you've brought into the business, your team. You can also get that top retailer bonus. That's how we take that number of 30% and get it to 40%. Is if you have sold 2,000 or more and have 10 active customers, you'll get an extra 5% on the retail. 4,000 SP and 20 active customers, you're going to get an extra 10%. So there's a huge opportunity for you with your personal orders. You're going to get that 12.5% back in your commission check. You're going to also get 12.5% in Riman dollars. So you have that product credit to use on that next order you're going to place. And then you also get that additional 5% senior manager open group rebate. So the biggest thing with senior managers, even though once you hit that, don't put on the brakes. You want to keep going and you want to become, like Tim Herr says, a senior manager factory. You want to continue to grow those senior managers, continue to build people in the business who are going to see that result. And I want everybody to not leave any money on the table, right? Don't you? So you want to help everyone that you bring into the business as well get to that senior manager point and then grow their business beyond that. So let me just break this down a little bit, just kind of show you on this chart. So let's pretend that you're a senior manager because I know everyone on this call is going to be in the next few months. You're going to see that this is what you're making off your customers at 30 to 40%. 20% off planners that are on your team. Let's say you help someone get to manager, you're still going to make 10% off of their volume. And then if you get someone to senior manager, you're still going to make 5% off of that. And there's the breakdown of the unilevel bonuses. I know this is a lot. We're covering a lot of material in a short amount of time, but reach out to your mentor if you have more specific questions or a game plan or a map of, how to do that. I encourage you very strongly to do pop-ups, whether they're in your house or at a coffee shop or at a friend's house. If you have people all over the country or the globe that are your friends, you can do things on Zoom. There's just really endless ways to do it. I do local product drop-offs. Everybody knows about my little Ramon bag that, I leave on people's doorstep with the products in it for them to try for a few days. So there's so many different ways that you can get there, but don't give up on getting there. You absolutely can get there. And let me turn this over to, let me stop sharing here. There we go. All right, perfect. Who do we have up next? Tim, is it you? I think it's you.
Yeah, I'm about
It
to get everybody
is
pumped.
the man of the hour. It's your turn.
Wow, I'm so excited. I love being on these calls and listening and jumping on and learning. I'm one of those people that like is addicted to learning. Like I just love it. I love hearing from people, hearing their stories, watching people grow, right? That's amazing to watch people that maybe, started doing maybe a Zoom like this, 6 months ago or a year ago, and then seeing them get so much better. Like you guys got a treat tonight because when you hear Julian speak, you're like, dang, no wonder. I can't go after him. I don't have what it takes. He's so good. And he's on fire right now, running for senior director. So I can't wait for you guys to get a chance to hear from Julian in a second. But today I got a really super simple, portion of the training tonight. And before I jump into it, Christy Belson always like blows me away, and listening to Yvonne's book. I never even seen those before and afters. I feel like she's like one of my best friends. And I'm like, how did I never even see that? Like, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing. She inspired me. So I'm gonna break out my before and afters, man. When you see my before and afters, you're gonna be like, "Dang, dude, you look like that, and your wife didn't leave you. What's going on?" So I hope you guys are okay if I have fun. Some of you are like, looking at me like, but I just like that fun. But I'm such a big fan of what's happening here today, and a lot of great things are happening right now in the universe, Riman universe. So I'm going to jump into it real quickly and just kind of go through this information, share with you why the excitement level is at an all-time high, and give you kind of a glimpse of your future. Right? What's the future look like for you? What does that future look like? It looks like team leaders, what it looks like. And I know some of you are already team leaders. So you're like, wait a second, what does my future look like? Well, we're not going to talk about director tonight. People have to be able to get to sleep. You know what I mean? So here we go. I'm going to real quickly bring this up and push this the correct button so you guys can see my screen. Yeah, I'm trying to find these buttons stalling. Look at this. This is unbelievable. This is literally what I used to look like. Like I literally woke up in the morning, looked in the mirror, and this is what was looking back at me. And I was just like, oh, well, you know what? You're just gonna look bad forever, And that's literally what I thought was gonna happen. I just thought that my wife would never kiss me again with the lights on, and that was it. Like I just literally didn't have any hope. And I'd been selling scans. So I've been in the beauty industry for 17 years. And that picture on the left was me selling beauty products. So people are, look at me and be like, oh my goodness, I don't want to look like you, right? But the Riman products have made such an impact. I mean, it's like when I look back, it's like unbelievable to see, what a difference it's made, right? So I'm not going to get too much into the detail of all the before and afters. Everybody has them. Make sure you take yours if you're brand new. When you enroll brand new people, because this month we're going to enroll a lot of brand new people. Somebody goes, why do you know that? Why do you know that this month's going to be record breaking, Tim? Because they threw 10,000 reasons for the team leaders to run. Somebody goes, well, I'm not a team leader, Tim. Well, what does that mean for you? That means the team leader that you're working with is going to be running like never before. And they're going to do what, right? Really support you and help you maximize your earning potential. So that means you're going to get a lot more support than you've ever gotten before, right? So let's talk about it. Here's what I love so much about the Riman compensation plan is the fact that it's an automatic promotion system. That's something that really was attractive to me because I'm the type of person where I like talking to people anyways, and I wasn't always like that. I used to be one of those people that was quiet and shy. But when I got started in this industry, I was like, wow, I'm so excited and passionate. I came out of my comfort zone, right? I got out of my comfort zone and started sharing with people about what I was doing, right? So let's talk about the step. The step 3 is that team leader game plan. What does that look like, right? So basically, you and your collective organization putting together 50,000 sales points in a 5 consecutive months. So what's a sales point? It's basically like universal way I look at sales points and bonus points or business points. The way I look at these points is basically like Riman universal money, right? Every country has different currency, but it all translates into BP and SP. So once your group accumulates 50,000 in SP within a 5-month period, with no, and then obviously you create 3 lines of senior man. I teach people 10. I know some of you are like, how am I going to do 3? Well, you work with me, I'm going to teach you 10, right? Because I don't like to make my minimums on maximums, but your income goes through the roof. So you want to set a goal date, obviously, for becoming a team leader, and then obviously your achievement date. And just set goals, man. I'm the type of person, I love setting goals. I love going for it. But why is team leader? Why do I want to be a team leader, Tim? Well, let me answer that real quickly. First off, in the middle, it says 40 to 50. Any type of percentage is 40 to 50. It sounds good to me, right? But when you're talking about profits, that's incredible. The average small business in America that's profitable after 5 years, which is very, only like 65% of them even make it that far. The ones that are profitable profit 5 to 7%. So when you have 40 to 50% profits, you're talking about something substantial if you have an entrepreneur mindset and you have a business background. But we're talking about basically 5 active customers a month, right? That's what you need to be doing, minimum. But I don't ever, like, once again, 10, 20, 30, that's where the great things happen. But you get unlimited levels in your team leader group. So basically, what does that mean, Tim? Well, that means when we build an organization that we're going to get compensated and rewarded past the 6 levels, right? You're gonna get paid all the way down right now in your organization. It's very lucrative for people that have a good work ethic and a willingness to pay attention, right? And then you get 3 generations of matching bonus. You unlock 6 levels on the uni level. And then we have the retailer bonus. Everybody loves the retailer bonus because it's just more money, right? Just share the products with more people. And then obviously we got that rebate, right? 20% cash, 20% Riman dollars, right? But let's talk a little bit about that. Means when we personally buy from ourselves, right? So let me show you how this works. This is right here how it works. Okay, you're the team leader there. You see the 40% right there in the picture. When you get a customer, you're getting 40 to 50% off that customer. And how many customers are we allowed to get? They don't even limitless. It's limitless. Like we're allowed to talk to as many people we want about Remon. Now, when you sponsor a planner, what's going to happen, right? You're going to support them as a team leader. Why? Because you're going to earn 30% for helping them to become successful. Then when they become a manager, now you're going to be earning 20. They're going to get a pay raise, but guess what's happening? Right? You don't have to help them as much because now they know the basics. Then they become a senior manager. Now they really got it. And now you're getting a 10% override. And then obviously your team group commissions, right, all the way down your organization are between 5 to 25% in your organization as well. Past level, obviously, past level, level one there, because I showed you what level one looks like. The uni level, they're basically just throwing money at team leaders. And it's a great position to get to because now you're getting, basically 6 levels on your compensation. But basically, what does this mean? What does this mean? All this stuff mean for me? What it means for you is decide right now that, look, you know what? I want to do this, man. I want to make this thing happen, right? I want to be a success. And I don't look at all the percentages and all the numbers. When I got started in Remon, I didn't even understand all this stuff. I was jumping on orientations. I was like, what does all this mean? And I was like, and I've been doing this industry for 30 years. Okay? And I still didn't understand what was going on. And the reason why, I was just working. I was just like, I need to go talk to people. I need to find people to talk to and talk to them. That's literally all I do. People ask me all the time, they say, you hit national director. How'd you do that? Right? In 6 months from getting started, how'd you do that? I found people to talk to, and then I talked to them. And somebody goes, well, what do you do now? Well, what I do now is I find people to talk to, and I talk to them. And then somebody goes, what does your future look like? Well, I'm going to find people to talk to and talk to them. And I just love sharing this stuff with people, right? So senior managers, what I encourage people to do, this little chart here shows you build 9 senior managers. It kind of shows them like scattered about, but the more that you have on your first level that you introduce personally, better off your income is going to be. But just help people win. What do? I just help people make money, right? Make people look in the mirror and be like, dang, I look better. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm making people look in the mirror and be like, whoa, who is this person? Hello, right? That's what happens. You're like, dang, is that me? What happened? And that's why I love this business, because it builds your confidence. It really does. Like, I was like kind of bummed out, you know what I mean, about how I was looking. I was like, dang, it kind of sucks for my wife. I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, like, I started using these products, and it's like, babe, should I turn the lights off if we're gonna get kissy time? And she's like, keep them on. I'm like, whoa, like, this is amazing, right? I love this stuff. So I'm the biggest fan of Remon. I use probably more products than anybody. I just can't stop putting this stuff on my face because it turns into happiness, right? But I love this business, and I'm so excited because I want to introduce you to Julian Doan. He's he's so amazing. Such an amazing guy, about to hit senior director right now. He's very close to hitting senior director. But the key is what? People are asking, how do you become a team leader? Duplicate senior managers. Just become a senior manager factory. Don't focus on the 50,000. Just focus on helping people, right? And if you're one of those types of people like, hey, I don't want to share this thing with anybody. I don't want anybody to make money but me. Well, that's fine. You don't have to share this business with people, but to be a team leader, you do. Stay a senior manager if you just want to help people look better, right? But if you want to help people look better and make money, it's kind of hard not to let people make money, because they're going to ask you, can I do this? And you're like, oh, all right. You know what I mean? Like, you just get excited and passionate about the products, have a bunch of pop-ups, share them with everybody, and great things will happen. But Julian, this guy, I don't know what happened to his face. You should see a transformation. Like, this guy he looks so young now. I'm like, God dang it, man. You look like you look like one of my son's friends. I'm like, what are you, a teenager again? But it's like to see the difference in him, it's unbelievable. Tonight, he's going to bring us home and wrap this thing up. So with that being said, honored to serve you, honored to be on the call tonight. Hopefully some of this information made sense. Hopefully my excitement didn't scare you. Somebody's like, this guy's too pumped. But I'm telling you right now, Julian's about to take it to another level. So with that being said, I'm going to get myself out of the way and make room for the next senior director in Remon, Mr. Julian Doan.
Man, thank you so much, Mr. Tim Herr, for that wonderful introduction. And it's so hard not to listen to Tim Herr and not get jacked and fired up. I mean, what an exciting call we've had so far. So if you in the chat box can put an 888 just to give a shout out and appreciation for all the speakers that came before. I mean, Miss Christy Bellison, such a wonderful introduction, going over the importance of short-term goals, long-term goals, your why. And, I don't know if this is appropriate to say or not, but, the person that did that testimonial, I think her name's Yvonne. I think she's hot. She's like gorgeous. So I'm just kidding. Before you guys contact HR, that's actually my wife. So I'm allowed to say those things, but and obviously Kristen doing such a phenomenal job talking about the senior manager game plan, and Mr. Timmer talking about team leader. And so I get the honor and privilege of really taking this presentation home. So let me go ahead and load my screen. Let me go ahead, hit play. Boom. All right. So before I take everybody home tonight, I want everybody in this call just to do one thing for me, okay? Just take a big deep breath in and let it out right where you are. And the reason why I say that is because what you do in the next 7 minutes, the decision you make tonight has the power to make the next 12 months of your life completely unrecognizable from the last 12. And trust me, when I say that, I'm not exaggerating because I watched it happen to me, to my wife, to people on this call right now. So what I'm inviting you guys all to do is to lock in because we're about to close this thing out. So everything you've heard tonight, the products, the comp plan, the vision, right? None of it matters without this slide that you're about to see because this slide is where we turn dreamers and have them become builders. That makes sense? So look at that. It says step 4, commitment to my plan, right? Read that word again, commitment. Because guess what? It's not interest. It's not I'll think about it because commitment is what separates the people who in 90 days are standing on stage, actually 60 something days, who are going to stand on stage at Las Vegas convention as a manager, senior manager, team leader, director, and higher, right? And separates the people who in the next 60 days who are going to be wondering, if they should have gotten started. So here's what I need you to write down tonight, okay? Tonight, not tomorrow, okay? Your first 2K pop-ups, your first 2 events to plug into, your orientation date, you're already here. That's tonight, right? Check that off your list, right? Next is your first Thursday presentation at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Same Zoom link, same password. Yvonne and I are actually going to be on the call hosting that overview. So get your guests there, okay? Now, also make the list for your first training, your first convention. And then the 2 action items I want every single one of you to handle in the next 48 hours is make your list. Names, faces, numbers, right? Make a list of everybody you know. Who do you know right now that loves their job, but maybe they're not making enough money? Or who do you know that makes a lot of money, but they hate their job, right? They want more time freedom. They want to spend time with their kids. They want to be able to wake up. They want their kids to wake up and them still being home instead of already gone, right? So whoever you know that fits that category, make a list, right? That's your inventory. And the most important thing is to create your product and business story. Because guess what? At the end of the day, people don't buy skincare. They buy you and the version of you that's brave enough to go out there and bet on yourself. So make sure you print this out, fill this out tonight. Because guess what? If you don't fill this out tonight, you don't have a business yet. You have a wish. And guess what? Tonight, we're going to turn the wish into a plan. Okay, so these are the events that are coming up. Like I mentioned, Thursday, we're going to have a huge overview, right? Riman revealed 6 p.m. Thursday. Okay, same Zoom link, same password. And for those of you in the Southern California marketplace, or people in the Southern California marketplace, you want to get them to the House of Riman to get them plugged into Riman University, okay? And not only that, but if you have guests, people that you want to show the business to, at 7 p.m. before Riman University starts, we're going to have an overview where, experienced leaders are going to be sharing, right, why the products belong on your shelf, on your face, in your routine. They're going to be sharing about why $2.5 billion in sales every time a bottle is moved, someone somewhere is getting paid and how that could be them. So make sure you plug them in. The topic this week is going to be maximizing the pay plan. So if you're in this business, not only do you want to make money, but you want to maximize the money you can make, okay? So plug them in, shoot them your numbers, and we'll be there to guide them and to assist them, okay? So again, how do you start? Okay? You don't just randomly piece this together. Okay? You don't try a product and see. You don't just try a product and see. You see, Riman engineered something that gives you a head start that most companies will never offer. So I want you guys to check this out. Okay? Now, one thing I'll say about the packages, they're not required, but they're highly recommended. And so after this call, if you haven't signed up yet, there's 3 doors that you can walk through, okay? 3 different starting points, same destination, okay? A business that pays you and a skin transformation that people will stop you in the streets to talk about. So the first package is the Signature Line Starter Kit. This is for the planner who wants to start clean, simple, and prove the products on their own face first, okay? Then we have the Starter Kit Plus. This isn't just a starter kit. This is a business in a box. This is for the planner who's already ready to demo, share, and sell from day one. And my favorite package is Starter Kit Premium. You get every line, every category, the skin, the body, the hair, the sun, the makeup, all of it. Everything you need to demo, gift, sample, and sell. If you're serious go big, because guess what? The person who walks in carrying a full kit walks differently than, guess what? The person who came in to try one product. Trust me on that, okay? Now, here's what I want you to hear. Every kit comes with free product on top. That's huge. Why? Because Riman isn't asking you to gamble. They're stacking the deck in your favor before you even made your first dollar. Okay? Now, to stack this on, I want you guys to stack this on top. Okay? Anyone, okay? Anyone who hits the rank of manager or senior manager by June 30th, no matter when they enrolled, gets a free custom Riman mini tote bag shipped to them in August. Okay? Now, is the bag the point? No. But guess what? The bag is the trophy. It's an artifact you carry that says, I did it. I moved. I bet on myself when it mattered. And guess what? Every time you pull out that bag at a coffee shop, in a gym, at the airport, it's a billboard for the version of you that took action. And guess what? People are going to see that bag just like the Trader Joe's tote bag. They're going to ask you, what is that? Where did you get it from? And it's going to create so many opportunities of conversation for you to introduce the product, to talk about the product, and even maybe demo and share the product, right? So it's huge. Now, the other thing I want to talk about, Mr. Timmer talked about it. Right now, there's a special convention momentum bonus happening for all the team leaders, okay? So for all qualifying team leaders, guess what? They're going to pay you up to $10,000 for all the extra open line volume that you do, right? From 25,000 to 200,000 open line volume, they're going to pay you anywhere from an extra 1,000 to 10,000. Now, why is this important, right? You're like, Julian, why are you talking about the team leader bonus when a lot of people on here are new? Because there's never been a better time to get involved in Riman than right now. And why do I share that with you? Because when you see Riman for their first time, we can all agree the company is credible. $2.5 billion in 6 years, right? You know, the number one rated K beauty brand. Let me share with you something, ladies and gentlemen. Koreans, they created the BB cream. They created the compact, you know, the compact, you know, face makeup, right? They invented the facial mask. They invented all of that. If skincare was the Olympics, Riman would be on the first place wearing a gold medal with a sheet mask on board, because there's no competition. Does that make sense? I mean, being the number one rated K beauty brand, not the number one new brand, right? The number one rated K beauty brand, that's like being the number one steakhouse in Texas. That's like being the number one sushi restaurant in Japan. Does that make sense? It is huge. But why do I, you know, and obviously the products work. You guys got a chance to see all that. We have a system. But why are we talking about this right now? Because if you're brand new, here's what that means. Every team leader that you're working with has $10,000 on the table, and more importantly, has 10,000 reasons to help you hit manager and senior manager in record time. And some of you, guess what? Because you're positioned correctly and you made the decision to take action, some of you on this call right now, this might be your first call, but guess what? In 65 days, you're going to be in Las Vegas walking that stage as a brand new team leader. How do I know? Because I've seen people do it over and over again by simply deciding that they deserve it and they can do it. So this bonus, guess what? It's not just for team leaders. It's for every person on this call. Because every person you're working with, guess what? Has 10,000 reasons to work even harder than they have up until this point. So it's huge. You want to maximize it, okay? So I want you to look at this screen real quick. This is what we sell. Not the bottles, not the boxes. What we sell here is transformation. You see, every face on this slide is a woman who used to look in the mirror and not love what she saw, and now she does. You see, one thing every woman on this slide has in common is they are burnt out of the same process of buying a product, new disappointment, new product, new disappointment. And the other thing they all have in common is they got committed to using our products consistently for 90 days, and these are the results. Look at it. 8 different transformations, every skin tone, every age, every continent, right? You see, skincare is just the vehicle. Riman's just the vehicle. You know what the real product is? It's confidence, like Yvonne said. And when you walk into the room with the kind of skin people stop and stare at, you don't have to sell anything. The product literally sells itself. And guess what? All you have to do is just be brave enough to share it. That's it, right? So the last thing I want to talk about is Las Vegas. This is where it all comes together, okay? August 7th through 9th, MGM Grand, Las Vegas. Mark your calendars tonight. Buy your ticket this week, because guess what? The version of you that walks across that convention floor in August is the version of you that decided tonight. And again, I'm telling you right now, your first convention will be one of the most pivotal weekends of your entire life because you're going to get a chance to meet your team, all the different leaders you work with, the different leaders throughout the whole entire company. And you know what's going to happen? Something inside you will shift permanently and you'll never go back to who you were before. So here's what I want to leave you with. Most people will watch this orientation and feel inspired for about 48 hours. And then guess what? Life's going to take them back. Bills, excuses, the voice in their head that says maybe later. But a few will do something different. You'll write your name on, you'll make the list. You'll schedule your kit pop-ups, right? You'll pick out your kit. You're going to text the 5 people on your list before you go to sleep tonight. And guess what? 6 months from now, when the rest of the world is exactly where they are today, you're going to be standing somewhere new, new skin, new income, new identity, a new standard for what you accept from yourself. Because here's the truth that nobody talks about in direct sales. The product isn't the skincare. The product is who you will become while you build this thing. Again, Rimon's just the vehicle. The compensation plan is just the fuel. The team is the road. But you, the person sitting in your seat, wearing your clothes, thinking your thoughts, you are the driver. And guess what? Nobody's going to come and start this for you. Okay? So it's about to happen. We got the bonuses, right? Bahamas on the calendar. MGM Grand has your name on it if you want it. So the only question left tonight is very, very simple. And it's the only question that matters. Are you in? And if you're in, talk to the person that you're working with. Set up a game plan right away. Let's go out there. Let's make it happen. And let's make June your best month ever. So that being said, I look forward to seeing you all soon. And we'll see you all in Vegas.